Hi, I am Claire. Welcome back to my channel, and today's video I'm going to be doing a Victorian house, and yes, it is in a trailer park. So this might seem a little bit weird, but I'm building this in the world of Strangerville, and so it's weird. And so the backstory I've come up with for this house is three options. One, this house is like the landlord's house for all the other trailer parks, but the trailers don't really function, and so that's like purely just imagination. The second the second backstory I came up with was you survived the zombie plants or the plague that came with Strangerville, and so the town really would reward you with a brand new house, but for some reason you wanted to stay in the trailer park. And the third backstory I came up with is that the plane crash lot that's like neighboring this lot, it like destroyed the main house when it crashed into Strangerville, but their guest house, which would be this house, is still standing, and so it's like almost like a museum level of like a house, but it's like still livable. And so we are just going to be going into the study or the office right off of the kitchen. I feel like that's kind of like a modern feature I added. I was trying to keep it all kind of historic, like old, and so I thought that it just was the only space one to thought I would add some modernism to it, and so now he's telling me trying to add a pipe organ into this house. Yes, that is random, and no, I did not find a space for it. But since the sim has heroically survived and saved the Strangerville town, they are now turning their focus to the arts, like music and painting, and so now we are just going to be adding some details into the kitchen. I kind of talked over the kitchen. It's a interesting shaped kitchen. It's also like a hallway to get to the office, and so now we are on the balconies and the front porch of the house. I wanted this house to have like a big front porch just because I don't know I do much of front porches, and so this house probably would be considered a tiny house if it wasn't for these porches. And so now we are just going to be adding those instruments I was talking about. And so I gave the sim violin just because it was simple. I don't know, violin's like one of those like old fashioned instruments to me, and so it fit into this house style I was going for. And so now we are just going to be adding some blue curtains from the cottage living pack. I was trying not really to use this pack or use that many packs, but the appliances in the cottage living pack fit too perfectly, and so I had to use that pack too. And so we are just working on the porch still and kind of going back and forth. Sometimes I feel like I'm all over the place when it comes to builds like this, and so now we're just working on like a bench area for like the front stoop. I can't speak. And so now we're just working on like a little sitting area corner using this window bay from Cats and Dogs. And so just trying to keep with the theme of like it being blue, even though some of the items may not make that much sense. I was just trying to go for like an old or style, like a Victorian style. And so I probably would have changed out these chairs, but I got distracted because they're blue, and it went with the tile in the kitchen and the pillows on the window on the bay window. And so now we are just going to be adding rugs to make it feel more complete to me. As having like a front rug and a back door rug helps me make it feel more complete. And so we are just going to be adding a coat rack into the space if I can find it. Sometimes it's hard. It's hard when there's like so many packs. I'm glad for the search filter, like you can do like packs, you can do styles, you can do colors. That is helpful. If you can't find an item but you know what color it is, like do like a pack search and do a color search. And so now we're just adding a chicken coop for no reason really. I just thought the sim would like to have their own eggs, and I'm already using the items from the cottage living pack. And so since your sims have to have like a lot of like relationship like friends goals, I thought it would also be appropriate to have like a dining table outside so they can invite the scientists and the other people. I can only remember scientists for some reason. I have not played the Strangerville pack recently, and so they have like a place to like gather with all their friends. I mean, you probably want a bigger table because you need to ask a lot of people a lot of questions. But now we are on the second level, so I was trying to keep like the downstairs area kind of old-fashioned. I'm sorry if you're tired of hearing me say that, but I wanted this area to be kind of like a modern living room space right off of the main bedroom with a ginormous bathroom. And so this couch and like chairs are from the Vampires pack, and it worked so well because I was trying to go for a dark blue colors in this space or in this house to go with the doors and windows. And now we are going to be going into the primary bedroom right off of the living room. I feel like this room turned out really well. It's also really small, and so there's not really like a dresser. There's just a bed and some nightstands. So we are just going to be adding a cat tree into the living room space just so the cat has somewhere to hang out as well as the Sims. And so now we are just going to be adding some lights into the bedroom and going to be adding a rug. I wasn't even adding a rug underneath the bed, but I'm like, no, it makes more sense to have it on the door so you don't track in any dirt off of your front porch area. And so we are now just going to be going in to the bathroom space. I added 2 sinks, but if you don't need 2 sinks, you can totally get rid of it. I'm actually not sure if the one on the left right now is functional because I do have to add a litter box because cats need a litter box. And so we are just going to be adding a separate throne room to this bathroom. There is also a half bath downstairs, so your guests can use that bathroom. And so now we are getting close to the end of the video, just going to be working on the balcony space a little bit more, and we're going to be working on this turret space. I added art easels into this space eventually because I thought if there's like a heat wave going on, if you have seasons, you can have your Sims go into this space and paint. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I post new videos every single Tuesday, so please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I also now have an Instagram account, so follow me there if you want. And I hope you enjoyed watching. The information is down in the description. Have a good week. Bye!